going, Shy?
Not bad. Yeah, not bad. I got up this morning and immediately started cleaning.
Okay.
So something must be up, but I can't put my finger on it. So I don't know what it is.
What did you
And,
start cleaning? What part of the house?
well, I started with the couch. I got this little scraper thing. Instagram got me, and I got a little scraper thing that's supposed to scrape up like pet hair,
Okay.
scrape it up. Um, and the ad for it had like a rug that was covered in just a dead animal, and they just scraped all the they
And she
scraped
took
all the
bones
fur
off?
off. Yeah, like it was very impressive. So I got a few of those, and I scraped down my couch because I guess it had been a minute. And it's hard to tell really what's a minute because the cat is just actively, just like at night, just putting hair in places. I think she has a whole system. Um, so I scraped down the couch and then I wiped down dust and dander off of like any shelves or the the thing that the TV's sitting on and the bootleg coffee table I have, which is just an ottoman with a slab of wood on it. And we're real we're real modular over here. We're doing a lot with a little bit of space. Um and I just, wiped everything down and then I swept all of that up and then I Swiffered and then I wiped down the back of the door of the bathroom. 'Cause, no one wipes down their doors and you should. It makes a world of difference.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, and then the sides of the toilet tank. So that's how I know there's something going on. Because I mean, I also should have just scrubbed out the tub, but I was like, "I don't feel like doing you right now," and instead did the bottom third of the bathroom door, just scrubbing that down. So it wasn't just like a regular, like, "Oh, let me just clean this right quick." I have something on my mind or on my heart or on my spirit. And that's why I got up and just started cleaning, but I cannot for the life of me. No, I don't know what it is.
Huh.
I'll figure it out. It'll pop up and I'll go, "Oh, that's why." But because of that, I've been scratching my nose because I'm allergic to cats, Um so I kicked up a bunch of dander and dust and then I cleaned all that up and then I took some Flonase
Okay.
so that I could breathe because I didn't even want the impending allergies to come. I was just like, let me just squirt up here right quick because I know it's coming because I kicked up a lot of dirt.
Well,
No
I'm happy
mat.
for your newly clean home.
Yeah, partially. Not the I mean, the in some of the cracks and crevices are spotless now. And then but when you walk in, you'll still go, huh. So, I'll get to the more obvious things a little bit later.
Is that how you work things through normally? Like when you start like cleaning, there's something on the mind?
Yeah, I'm probably stressing out about something, so I will clean things. And it doesn't have to be like weird things like the door or, various cracks or crevices. It just that's just what I was today I just targeted on cuz I thought I was going to sit on my couch all day cuz I did that a couple of days ago and watched the full Godfather trilogy. Um
Nice.
yeah, and just getting back in touch with my favorite family, the Corleones. And so I thought I would dial up something today and watch that, but I didn't. Instead, I thought, well, let me clean the couch so when I get on it, I'll be fine. Not that it was so bad that I couldn't sit through all of The Godfather 2 days ago, but instead I just started cleaning and then yeah, I mean like when we're done, I'm gonna do laundry.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. And then maybe tomorrow, whatever is bothering me will show itself. But at
I
least
hope so.
my place will be clean when I have to deal with it.
Okay. Like You sound good, but I'm concerned.
Yeah,
That
I know. I am as well. I am also concerned
okay.
about what is wrong. But, I mean, I did all I could do. I cleaned.
Okay.
I cleaned, I balanced my checkbook. I really don't know what else I can do.
Yeah,
Those are all the things.
those are the things. You're right.
Those are the
Because at the very least, those are checkpoints. Like those are things
Yeah.
that would cause stress.
Yes.
So
And
if
I'm
those
like,
are straight,
Those are fine." So anything else, I don't know.
oh,
Mm.
okay.
How are
Yes,
you doing?
I feel real scattered.
Okay.
Um, like so I have like a lot going on in my head, and none of it's
Mhm.
necessarily important,
Uh-huh.
but it's like the full range. Like I'm super happy that I'm not thinking about my one man show this week.
Right.
I did it twice last week. Very happy with how it went. It is no way near done, but I'm happy with the progress I made.
Yep.
I feel incredibly relieved that I'm not working towards that right now
Mhm.
this week. I'm
Right.
also happy that it's further along than I thought it was.
Mhm.
Um, then I felt terrible because uh Gabby tells me that she can't sleep when I'm nervous. Like when I'm stressed, she gets stressed.
Oh, no.
So she was like, she slept the day after I slept because she needed to make sure that I wasn't stressed. And
That's
then,
so sweet.
right, it was adorable. I was like, that's beautiful. I'm good. I promise. And
Mhm.
then she's like, you do these weird things when you're stressed. And I'm like what? And then she's like, I don't want to tell you, but like I instantly know you're stressed. I'm like, that's stressing me the fuck out.
Okay.
But she's like, yeah, like there's just shit you do that's weird and it's different. And the second you start doing that shit, I don't need to know what you're working on. I just know you're working on something and you don't
Mhm.
know the answer yet. And it's different from how you normally move. You normally like you have a level of real like self reassurance in like almost every other facet of your life but comedy. And then when there's like a real stressful comedy thing, I've noticed these like things you do. And
Okay.
she won't tell me what they are. And she
Uh-huh.
says, is I don't want to tell you because when I need to know that you won't hide them
Ooh,
so
that's a
that
very good
I could
point.
be supportive. So like I hear her, but
Mhm.
fuck, I don't want to be out here like tweaking or some shit in the sofa.
You're not. You're not
You
tweaking in
know?
the sofa. It's not anything that anyone else would really notice. It's truly a thing that she would notice. Maybe your kids, but your kids are not at the age where they notice you.
Yeah. Yeah, word. They life was obliviously calm.
Yeah, yeah, they're not paying attention to you right now at all. Whatever they're noticing right now is processing in the background. Like, it's just
Yeah.
a constant process, but it's not the main program they're working on, and whatever they're processing now won't come to them for another, like, 15 years.
Yeah, nah.
So, they ain't noticing you. So, it's strictly something your wife notices, and she has a way of handling it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's
So
not
that
act Yeah, it's not actually your problem, it's her concern.
yeah, and like I don't want it to be hers, but like that's been on my mind. I'm trying to
Mhm.
figure out how to be like less weird when when like I'm tense about work.
Hmm,
Then I got a lot of work done
okay.
since getting that done that I've been putting off because they were like, B or C level priorities.
Right.
I like relearned how to design websites. Got like
Okay.
90% done on a couple of sites I needed to work on. Um, I did a ton of writing that I've been putting off because of the main writing I've been doing. Like I felt good about those. I got that off of my plate.
Okay.
I won the local bodega kind of situation. I don't know if you recall the bodega, my corner store had raised its
Mhm.
price on heroes to $7. This
Right.
was emotionally a toll because I had to now consider heavily crossing the street to the other corner store
Yes.
for the still $6 hero.
Uh-huh.
Um, I didn't want to do it, but like it's too big a difference. I buy too many heroes. Like that's a real part of my budget. I'm
Right.
throwing off. I'm losing a hero a week with this whole situation.
Right.
So I was like, yo, my man, I can't do this, B. This you talking about $50, $60 for the year.
Uh-huh.
I'm losing like legit heroes here. Um, so like I would say I'm gonna lose like 50 heroes, like 400 something dollars
Okay.
if I did this process. So I was like, yeah,
Right.
I can't do this anymore. So they started seeing me cross the street.
Mhm.
So yesterday they like waved me down. They're like,
Oh.
yo, $6, man. Don't worry about it no more. $6. So I'm taking it. Now I don't know if this is like the universal price or like the we can't lose Gastor. He's literally next door
Right.
price. But I'm getting $6 again on my heroes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
guess
I,
I guess congratulations.
yeah, I felt good. I appreciate it.
I
You take a
know.
stand, however big or small, if it matters to you,
Mhm.
change can come.
Right. Yes.
I, I,
Yes.
I think it's important that we let people know the issues
Mhm.
and that we won't stand for this.
Right.
So yeah.
Uh, you will update us when that store goes out of business because they've allowed you to pay the smaller amount, and now that fucked up their bottom line. You'll let us know when that happens.
100%.
Okay, good.
100%. I feel like it's smart business though. Like, yo, listen, I go in there legit 2, 3 times a day between me and my family because I'm here,
Uh-huh. Right.
So like you got to think about like the average like dollar per bag. You know what I mean? You're trying to raise your bag average.
Mhm.
So when you lose me and my $6 hero, you're not losing the $6 hero. You're losing the bag that I was gonna buy of food, like all the stuff that Gabby sends me to buy while I'm getting my hero. Now I'm going
Right.
across the street. So is
Right.
that $1 worth the like 30, $40 I would have spent at your store? I
Okay.
feel like it's not. So I'm keeping them in business. I'm buying Goya beans, I'm buying, the rice, the sazon and all of that stuff in here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Gabby's random give me a soda and M&Ms, that's all me, you
Right.
know?
Right.
But
Okay.
I get that while I'm waiting for my hero
For
to get
your
made,
right. Sure.
you know?
So they're willing to.
You
You said
got you
they're
got to
willing
think
to.
about it, big picture, baby. It's a principle. And
Okay.
then finally though, I will say the one thing that's helped me remain clear cuz normally when I'm feeling really scattered, it's
Mhm.
reflected in my area.
Mhm.
Like my home gets scattered, my like desk area,
Mhm.
my like side of the bedroom gets
Right.
really really like disturbingly messy.
Yes, yes, I understand that. That's what's going on in my room right now.
Yeah.
And instead of tackling that, I came out to the living room where, I did nitty-gritty work, but I really do need to probably I think my closet is just like, "Hey, why don't you clean me out? I'm feeling heavy." And so I do probably need to do that.
I love that your closet belongs on Sesame Street.
I
I
know
think that's
everything
adorable.
everything in my life is implied googly eyes. Just mentally apply googly eyes to any inanimate object in my life, and that's kind of how I see them.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, that's my closet is a step happier than Snuffleupagus right now, so.
But yo, like I've been clearer. I've been able to figure out that I've been like stressing things like this
Mhm.
because of my uniform decision.
Oh,
My side of the room it's been like 3, 4 months, has
uh-huh,
consistently been on point
okay,
because I can't mess it up. There's nothing there.
uh-huh,
There's 6 shirts, there's 6 pants. They always in the closet.
right,
I do the laundry, I iron them, I hang them up. Done deal.
okay.
So
What
like
did you do with all of your other clothes?
I threw out half and donated half.
Wow. So this
Yeah,
is literally all you have?
that's it. I stuck to it. I got rid of everything. My sneakers are in my office here next to me, but upstairs in the room, admittedly a little passive aggressive too, because like Gabby maintains the entire home.
Right.
I maintain my office and half a room.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I want to give you all the space in the bedroom so you can keep up with your end of shit. Um, which admittedly wasn't fair because like she got way more going on in
Yeah, a
terms of
little
the house
bit.
maintenance. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I was trying to
yeah.
be like, yeah, nah, be like, see how little space I need, and you need all the space and you can't keep up with it. But of course, she's keeping up with the other 4 rooms. But
Right.
I was really
Yeah.
feeling myself that day.
Mhm.
But I was like, look, none of the hooks on the door, none of those. You gotta have all 14 hooks. I saw you. Um, but yeah, it's dope. Like it's such a clean thing. So like even despite like my like slightly cocky delivery of the message,
Mhm.
she's very much on board because like
Mhm.
it's consistently neat. Like my side is immaculate. 'Cause I can't mess it up. Like even on like a day where like I'm home like 2 in the morning, she's in bed sleeping. I
Mhm.
could like undress, throw everything on the floor, and go to bed. And that's the most that's ever on the floor. Because the next day, I know what I got to do. Like I don't know. I feel
Right.
like there's so little in the way that like
Mhm.
a pile never evolves.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm just saying like it's helped. It's because normally like when I need to fix my scattered brain, I need to then fix that first before I even tackle the things I got to do.
Okay.
And every time I wake up and I've had a lot to do, I instantly get like peace of mind when I look at my floor and
Mhm.
I know that I could see the floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
our
been
point
dope.
is basically just trying to see the floor.
Yeah, I think that's the
Mhm.
goal. You
Right.
gotta
Okay.
like maintain some level of peace. I'm really believing less is more, yo. More and more.
Okay.
Straight up, yo. I'm getting there, yo. Real Zen minimalist future.
Wow. Well, good for you because I've got maximalist just coursing through my veins that I am trying to uh just keep calm so it
Okay.
doesn't go out of control. But I mean, I don't know if I could be a true hoarder, like true blue hoarder,
Yeah.
because of the cleaning thing now, having that be my thing. After cleaning houses for a few years, I now am just like, I gotta get rid of that stuff. I need there to be a cycle. So I
Right.
will bring in a lot of stuff, but I also tend to get rid of stuff too. So
Mm,
I've started a couple of bags of things that I need to get rid of. And honestly, right now, I it's an issue because I am accumulating things, but I also still kind of love what I have.
mm,
So I'm like there's not much that I want to cut like completely, you know? So
yeah.
I'm like, all right, so now this is an issue where I've already like earlier this year, I took a couple of bags of things to like a clothing swap where it all got snapped up because there are not many plus sizes at a clothing swap.
Right, right.
So I had a few women attack me upon me walking in. They just took the suitcase from me. I never saw it again until I was ready to leave. And I was like, I'm walking out of here with nothing. And I walked out of there with a shirt and a clutch. And I was like, this isn't bad for me. This is nothing, you know? So yeah, like I've already done that once this year and now I'm like trying to do it again and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of cleaned out a good amount of
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know what's left, but I mean, I got a lot of tank tops that are like you can't possibly wear us everywhere. You're barely wearing us now and I'm like, you're for undershirts. Get it? And they're like, "No, we don't because we've been here with you for a while and you haven't even done that part." And I'm like, I talk to me and my items, we talk to each other a lot. I think
Okay.
is really the lesson here is that we really converse and try to figure out what to do, me and my clothing and my shoes. Oh, the shoes. Oi, the shoes.
You
Uh,
you you really need a walk-in closet, sir.
I have a walk-in closet.
You
I
really need
have a
two
walk-in
walk-in
closet.
closets, huh?
I have a rare walk-in closet because I think this apartment was built um probably in like the mid to late 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so one bedroom has one of those long closets, which I mean, I would be fine with that as well. But my bedroom has a traditional kind of apartment walk in closet, like a kind that I grew up with.
That's dope.
So yeah, so it's fine. It is packed, but it's fine, what and the thing is I'm doing all this with my clothes. That's not really the issue. The issue is all the paperwork.
The
Now that's where
paperwork?
I got a lot of papers. and I
Papers.
papers, like important papers, I think that I may need one day.
That
You
can't be
know,
right, Sha. How you got so much papers that's taking up space, Sha?
give me a break. Have you not kept papers? Papers pile up quickly.
You gotta get rid of some paper. There's no way that you still need all those papers.
I mean, check stubs from 2000 uh 14, 13, 14.
Nah,
You don't
you out,
think?
homie. That's gotta go.
Yeah, you don't think I need those?
Nah, I think it's time.
Oh, well, I got them if I need them.
Unless you're doing some weird documentary I don't know about, and you want like those
No, it's
shots of the found footage or something.
okay, like that you don't know what it looks like to keep a lot of papers worries me because I only know what it's like to keep a lot of papers, and that's
Oh
all anyone I've ever known has done.
no, no. I'm with you. I am
Uh-huh.
aware of this. I do it. It's just
Uh-huh.
Gabby throws it out, so I don't. I get like heartbroken. But I'm just saying now that I'm on the other side, I
Oh,
I
okay.
I can
You
admit
see
that
it?
I've yet to like look for those papers.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
my mother threw things out. My
Yeah.
father held on to things. So sometimes when I throw things out, I do it with the fervor of my mother. But my mother also threw out the only class photos that I took that she ever liked because she just was throwing shit out and wasn't looking.
Right.
And I'm like, the piles in my room make sense. Let me deal with those. But she said no, and I wasn't home, and she threw shit out. And then she's like, "Where are your pictures?" And I said, "Did you throw that pile out that was over there?" And she said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Them pictures gone, baby."
That's it, yo.
She wanted to get mad, but my dad was like, "Shirley, you threw them out."
Got him. Yo,
So,
I'm telling you, I hear you. You're gonna miss every now and then. You're gonna throw
yeah,
out something that matters, but
yeah,
that's like one in like 40.
okay. So
Like
then,
most of the things you throw out, you're gonna be happy you threw it out. The added space is there. I say this is a dude that got like 60 like books of like poker like strategy. Like I don't play cards anymore. Okay, I'm fully in comedy. Okay, I hear
right,
you. I still have things that I got to get rid of, but
right,
like as a hoarder, I
mm-hmm,
can acknowledge that like the space I've gained,
right,
it's been way more value add than the rare thing that I've been like, oh, I wish Gabby didn't chuck that. You know,
gotcha.
like
Okay.
I had way too many cables. That was like
Oh,
I just had
sure.
like, oh, you need a cable. I can't throw that cable out. I might need that one day. There's no
Mm-hmm.
way I need that. I've never needed it. I've never I could connect like a computer from like 1988 right now if you needed to. You know what I mean? I
Mm,
have those cables. But who needs
okay.
that shit? Like no one
Mm,
needs that monitor anymore. Nobody
mm.
needs that printer where you gotta the ones where you gotta like you gotta like do the little like circle.
Yeah, the things on the side,
Yeah, the
the
little
little
things on the
screws on the
side.
side.
Yeah.
Sure.
I got one with like four of those on each end. Like it's crazy. That doesn't exist anymore. Okay. No computer wants that, you know,
Yeah,
but they
that's
there.
that's true.
So
Okay.
Gabby just came in one day and she chucked everything that she knew like there's no way he needs this. And
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, after like a week, there was like one or two things that was like, yo, you want a little ham there. Like I needed that one for real. But
Right.
overall, she got it right. And in
Okay.
turn, I didn't have to deal with the emotional baggage of like sitting there and doing it myself. Cause it took her like three real days, like 3 days
Right.
of like that's all she did. It would have
Yeah.
took me like 2 years.
Yeah. You know what my rule is with it? Don't hold it in your hand for longer than 3 seconds.
Oh,
Because 3 seconds will make you is long enough for you to go, aw. And if you go, aw,
it's
it's a
over.
wrap. You're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
So don't keep it in your hand. Like, identify it quickly, put it in a pile. Identify it quickly, put it in a pile.
Straight up.
So yeah,
I got
but
so
don't
many
hold
things
it.
here that I'm like, yo, I might still be a DJ, you know,
No, you
and
won't. No, you're not. Yeah, yeah. I
and
hear
it's
you.
just
I hear
there,
you.
you know.
Yeah.
But now, Sha, I'm on the other side, Sha. I want that for you. You don't need
Uh-huh.
those pay stubs from 2014.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. If
you
you
go.
say so.
You know, I got rid of all of my like I got my dad. Well, I didn't get rid of them, but my dad got them. So he's holding all of like my '90s Source magazines.
Yeah, see, the thing is with cleaning things out, I ended up years ago throwing out all of my Sassy magazines, and any listener who knows what Sassy magazine is knows that that's a treasure trove.
Hell
And
yeah.
all of my old Vibe, including because I had all the Vibes from the very beginning when they put out the
Okay.
first one, and then it took them a year to finally do Vibe. I got that first one. I think Tretch was on the cover, and I subscribed immediately. And then, like, I was like, I sent them money. Where's this damn magazine? And it took them a year before they finally went into production. And I had all them shits, and they're all gone. And I don't miss them every day, but every once in a while, I'm like, wow, I wish I still had that trunk. But it would be in storage now. Like, being eaten up by a moth or a silverfish or something, you know? So it's fine. I'm sure I dragged it all to the street and then the whole thing disappeared. So I'm sure someone looked in and was like, look at all these magazines. And it became an art project for somebody. So it's fine.
Yeah,
So
you
that's,
gotta let
yeah.
go. I
Yeah.
still got the Vibe cover with Puffy on the green cover with the angel wings. It's
Yes.
from
Uh
like
huh.
'98. I still got that one at my dad's house. But I hate seeing it because I always want to read the article again. And like that's a problem. I don't need an update on '98 Puff Daddy
No, you don't.
right now.
No, no,
you
you
know?
really don't. No. Yeah, that's very true.
You know? So we gotta
That's
move on,
very
Sha.
true. Yeah.
For our souls. We need this.
Yeah. But anyone out there who's an archivalist who is holding on to stuff like that, good on you. Keep up the fight. I'm sorry I'm not organized to continue to do that with you.
Listen.
But I just got some shoes, so I need the
Listen.
space.
We with you in spirit. It's just we live in
We
New
really
York.
are. We need you. Yeah, we need you. Absolutely.
Straight up.
Questlove can't be our only one. There are others out there. I know
Move to
for
Wyoming,
sure.
B. They got space. Okay?
That's
You
true.
out there. Buy storage by the acre. Okay, you good. We can't do it here, B. Shad just said
Uh,
she got a walk-in closet. I've been jealous the whole
yeah,
time. This whole
I
this is
know.
crazy.
I know how rare that is.
That shit is non-existent in New York.
Yeah, that I mean, if I put a twin size mattress in there, that's 1,500 a month right now.
Real talk. Oh man. Let's get into the news from Shad's duplex.
Okay.
Let's see. Kicking it off, Missouri School District reinstates spanking as punishment. We've had people actually thank us. That's right. A school district in Missouri announced it will reinstate spanking this school year, but with the parental caveat. Uh, Cassville School District Superintendent Merlin Johnson said he did not take the job a year ago with the plan to reinstate corporal punishment, a disciplinary measure the 1900 student Berry County District abandoned in 2001. But it is something that has happened on my watch, and I'm okay with it. Cassville is I can't be.
Jesus.
Cassville is a small town with a population just under 4,000 people, with 60 miles south. That's 60 miles southwest of Springfield, near the Arkansas border. Parents were recently notified of a policy approved in June by the school board to once again allow spanking in school, but only as a last resort and with written permission from the parents. Each family will be asked to opt in or out.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I'm just reading further, and this guy Merlin Johnson says he says, quote, parents have asked, why can't you paddle my student? And we're like, we can't paddle your student. Our policy does not support that. there have been conversations with parents, and there have been requests from parents for us to look into it.
Yo.
What?
Yeah, how many parents need to ask before you like, yo, we gotta start slapping these kids, B? Like that
What
is
do you
bananas.
We've actually, quote, we've actually had people thank us for it, he said. Surprisingly, those on social media would probably be appalled to hear us say these things, but the majority of people I've run into have been supportive. He added, we respect the decision of every parent, whatever decision they make, whatever they want, but we will hit your kid. But I mean, you got to say it's okay, but whatever you want is fine, but we will do it. And then they have a picture of the paddle, which
Yo, that
is a paddle with the circles, kind of in different widths going up
yo,
the paddle in the middle of it, for air, to increase the aerodynamic. You know that, right? Have you ever been paddled in
not in my life.
school?
Yeah,
No?
you could have ended that sentence a lot earlier.
Oh,
I have
really?
never been paddled.
Okay. So, did you ever go to a school where that was allowed?
No, Sha.
Okay. So, let me tell you about the time I was paddled in
You
school.
was paddled in school, Sha?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. I don't yeah. Just the
What?
once. Just the once. And, it was an elementary school, and I don't even know what got me there, but yeah, there's definitely you can get paddled, and I don't know if they even were like, "Your parents have to say it's okay," or if I'm sure they must have notified, like, "We had to discipline your child," or something like that. And I truly can't imagine what it was I didn't do, unless I unless I was too snappy with the teacher, which is possible. I got a smart mouth. And or I didn't do my homework too many times and they got mad, but it was probably the smart mouth thing. Because the homework fix was when you do your homework, your parents have to sign off on it. Their initials need to be on top of it every time you turn it in. So I just got good at Lonnie's initials. Anywho, so but yes, so you hear these tales of what it's like to be paddled. Um, and it's however many smacks or blah blah blah. The more trouble it is, the more smacks you get. And the paddle again had holes in it, aerodynamic. Um, and for this particular principle, um, and I had to be, oh shit, what would I have been in? I feel like this may have been a fifth grade thing, maybe in fifth grade. And so I was like 10, maybe something like that. And yeah, for sure. And because it was that particular school, he had a bowl, a bowl of lemon candies that he kept on his desk, and you had to put your hands on either side of the bowl and stare into the bowl, and then he'd hit you with the paddle. I think I got 3 whacks. And let me tell you something, I walked out of that shit um like a G because I come from a line of switch people.
Yo.
I come from get a switch from outside people. So your little paddle ain't gonna do nothing for me, but
Sha walking out like, I eat those.
I know. Like, I mean, okay. But yes. Yeah. Um,
Yo.
yeah. So, and again, this would have been like mid 80s.
Oh
So
my
they were,
God.
yeah.
Was this in front of people?
No, this was in his office, but you know, you knew that that's anyone in the office knew that that's why you were going. Somehow the word would get out to your people and your classmates or whatever. Oh, so and so got paddled. No one ever said so and so got hit. It was always so and so got paddled because that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. And I don't. He was a big dude, but I don't think he like put his back into it or anything. He just, but it also wasn't like a light tap or anything. It was a swat with a big plank of wood that he would keep, like, I think on a shelf behind his desk. And then he'd come down and you put your hands, you'd stare at the um, lemon candy. And then I think if you made enough of a fuss or something, maybe you got a piece of candy at the end of it. Yo, talk about mixed messages. It was
What
a
the
lot.
fuck?
It
Yo,
was a lot. It was a lot.
you know what? Yo, we've been doing this podcast almost 2 years. I talk a lot of shit about this country. I take it all back. We've come a long way. Yo, sincerely. That is crazy.
Yeah, I guess so when I think about it.
Hell yeah. Yo.
Yeah,
Sha,
so
I know you a little older than me, but you ain't old
right.
enough for me that this story should be true. Like
I
that does
I
not
w-
make sense to me.
yeah, I wish I could make that up, but I think I got too many details in there for it to be.
Yo.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was a thing. And I kind of remember when they were like, "Hey, we don't paddle anymore." And I don't know if they did that in high school cuz remember I didn't go to middle school. We didn't have a middle school at my county at the time. They started middle school when I was almost done with high school, like junior high or anything like that. So it was like elementary school went up to 7th grade and then high school was 8th grade and on. So this would have been, like halfway through my elementary school, whatever. But then we moved and I never went back to that elementary school. I started at another one and different hijinks, but I didn't get paddled at that one.
Oh my God.
And that I feel like at the time that maybe I was like 8th or 9th grade, maybe is when they were like, well, maybe even sooner, but they were just like, yeah, we're not paddling in schools anymore. But it didn't feel like, I don't know. I can't remember if a lot of people fought that or what.
Oh my
I feel
God.
like I must have, I feel like they must have told my parents, but I also feel like unless I blocked whatever spanking my mother might have gotten me after the paddling, maybe they didn't tell my parents because I feel like that's something she would have gotten very upset with. Like, I'll take care of, don't do that. So that may have been just something I ate in the moment, just like, yeah, just go ahead. And I just went on about my life.
Yeah, this is the first time where like sincerely I wish we did this podcast live. So somebody else could be with me. Like I got no one to turn to. I'm like, yo, are y'all I want so bad to be like, is someone else acknowledging this moment? Is this real?
I recommend if you only listen to the podcast, you may want to watch the video for this one so you can
Yo,
see the pure shock on Gastor's face.
I'm blown away. Like, there's so much about this as well. First, like who like is there like paddling certification? Like who
Like
verifies
who's
that
allowed?
yeah, like who's allowed to paddle? Is your paddling like verified year to year? Like, nah, but you throwing too much forearm into that paddle. It's about, like we gotta
As
like
far as far as I could tell, it was the principal who got to do it. Who was
okay. So only one
graced
dude
with
to
only
paddle.
one paddle. It was in it was in his office. Like the secretary didn't do it. The vice principal didn't do it. None of that. Although like in high school there was the principal and then like two vice principals, one for like uh one that was like a vice principal of discipline, but he didn't hit any, in high school they're gonna hit you back. So there was no hitting. And then like another vice principal of just like I don't know, maybe dealing with class stuff or the softer side of being a student in high
Right.
school, and then the discipline side. And those were two different vice principals, and then the principal. That's just how they did it stuff in high school. But in elementary school, there was a vice principal, but then there was a principal, and that was like buck stops with him.
So when you get promoted to principal, you get like keys to the building and your own paddle. Like,
I
yo, B,
guess,
it's
or
bestowed on you, B. Is it like
right.
is it a building paddle or is it like a youth specific paddle? Like, do you travel with your paddle school to school? Like, yeah, I got a new job. I got to bring my
I don't
paddle
know.
from
I
Jersey.
feel like maybe it's just that elementary school's paddle and you just sign it at the end of your time.
Yo, got to send my paddle in to get worked on. You know what I mean? Need
Right.
to
We got
replace
to
my
get it
paddle.
refinished or shined up. I don't know.
Yeah, like is it like Louisville Slugger bats? Like you get like 40 a month. You know what I mean? These are my requirements. And I need a 28-inch Louisville Slugger paddle.
I mean, I feel like it couldn't have been. I mean, who's to say what is too hard or whatever? Because you are still, in
Eh,
effect, hitting children.
I was gonna say, yeah, the answer is any is too hard.
Anything is
Yeah,
wrong. So yeah, but yeah, so it definitely was a thing that happened, and it's kind of wild that they're going to bring that back,
yo,
and it's kind of wild that parents are like, thank you, because they're at their wits end, because I'm like, what are you doing? What are parents, what's going on with parents that they feel like they can't?
seriously. Like this, this
Are
is
the
proof.
kids that buck wild, or are the parents scared to hit kids? Not that you should, but I mean, again, people are going to make their own decisions. Um,
Whenever something like this breaks out, I think my first instinct is like, oh, that city's too small. Like, there's no way
because this
you
is
come.
a
Yo,
small space. Yeah,
4,000 people in the whole city. 1,900 of them are students, so they just scared of losing the fight because they might like lose power. Half of them is
that's
kids.
true.
You know
Half
what
of
I
them
mean?
are kids. Yes.
They just trying to reinforce the power dynamic. Like, yo, listen, this is a fair fight at this point if we go body to body. So we got to hit them every now and then to keep them in check. So like, I feel like this is small town thinking in a negative way. I think there's benefits to it sometimes, but this is one of the like negatives to being so insular that like when a bad idea gets through like five of y'all, it might just run the town. Like I'm positive this parent's just like, nah, B, this don't make sense. But the loudest dude in the loudest parent in that town is pro like swaddling kids with the, with the low paddle or something. And now they
Right.
lost. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. Um, Missouri, I'm reading this in the article. Missouri is one of the 19 states, most of them in the South, where corporal punishment is still allowed. Um, Other states are Arkansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, and Wyoming.
I
So,
oh my God. Wow.
yeah. So that's a lot of states.
Yo, what's going on out here, America?
I mean, it's been going on this long. It's been going on for this long.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
You
It's
know how
wild.
instant I would be in the building?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, I I feel like that's something that a parent of mine would have been in there like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yo.
But again, if it's allowed and not that far off from how whatever they were raised or however they were raised, I wonder if they're just like, yeah, man, you gotta take them lumps. I got paddled too in school. You know what I mean? Like they're not coming, my parents weren't coming off of a time where hitting kids was seen as like wrong,
Right,
wrong,
right.
wrong, right? So they're just like, well, I mean, we got to keep you in line. So they certainly spanked me too, but like now there's been two generations of people who are like, yeah, we ain't really hitting kids.
Yeah.
Like we don't do that. And for this to come back around, and there are people who are like, actually, yes, please do. Because I feel like that's also the parents are probably my age. Because I feel like Gen X is probably the last generation
To get
where in
like,
their youth they were probably getting spanked.
yeah. I got hit by my parents and like the occasional uncle.
Right. Yes,
Like,
a family affair
yeah, like
for
if I got
sure.
like really out of pocket and none of my parents were there, they were like,
Mhm.
yo, we can't wait to tell like, Leo, we got to handle this. So
Right.
I get that. And like I feel like I knew from back then this can't be the best answer. But
Right.
like
Oh yes, no, I definitely post a few spankings. I was like, we got to figure out a better way.
yeah, like this can't be the system, B. Like
Yeah. Can we talk first?
You
I
know?
mean, this is a lot.
That's how I knew it was wrong. Cause like you got hit by 3 people basically. Like
Mhm.
your 2 parents and like an extended a close family member that was out the house. When they
Right.
hit you, they had to give you too many explanations. And listen, man, like I told you, like, if you gotta give me like 4 essays before you hit me, it's
Right.
something wrong. I knew my mom didn't want to hit me because she would literally apologize before hitting me.
Mhm.
So like I know this is wrong. Like if you saying I'm sorry before we start, like there's
Right.
an emotional thing for you to not do this. And
Right.
now like if I got hit by my dad, I definitely did something wrong, but like it wasn't to the scale of me deserving to get hit. It's just he's been running a bodega for 16 hours in East New York. Like
Mhm.
I wasn't the most stressful thing he dealt with, but I was the last stressful
Right.
thing he dealt with that day. So I get
Right.
it. Like I deserve the punishment, but not that. So
Right.
I feel like we figured that out as a society. And like
Mhm.
what bothered me the most reading this is the district abandoned the corporal punishment in 2001. Like Jay-Z had 2 classics and we still smacking kids. Like they like yo, y'all was hitting kids in 2001. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You hitting kids while the takeover was playing on the radio?
Also, that's only 20, 21 years ago.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
not even I mean, like, and now we're just like, "No, bring it back." Alright, what?
Yo.
That's not enough time for you to have done all the things you can do.
Nah, man. That can't be right. That oh my God. Yo.
Yeah,
Destiny Child
so
was out there singing about Survivor, I think, at that point.
yeah.
And y'all was really hitting kids still. Independent women. Y'all hitting kids on the radio. Come on, B. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, but
Yeah.
like I don't like I love our people. I love all but man, like if ever an article removed 14 states from me ever moving there quicker, it was
Mm.
that right there. Like that just and none of my kids is even close to this age anymore. Like I
Right.
challenge you to hit my kids now.
Mhm.
They gonna handle it and then they gonna get me to handle it. But
Right.
like, yeah, this oh man. Missouri B, I was rooting for you too. I know the real estate is cheap out there, but nah, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. Mhm.
In other news, a box of guns was delivered to a high school, outraging parents. That's right. A Pennsylvania high school received a surprise delivery when staff discovered a box of guns previously thought to be textbooks. A FedEx.
Why did they do
Oh my God. A FedEx driver delivered the box to Chester High School after misreading the delivery address. Parents are expressing concern over how such a mistake could happen. The guns were 30 caliber M1 rifles, military style weapons. They were ordered legitimately by a gun collector, but never arrived at the collector's door.
Mm.
Instead, they sat inside Chester High School's loading dock over the weekend. CBS New York reported the staff thought the boxes contained textbooks since the first day of school was this week. Staff were surprised when they opened the box and discovered 6 weapons instead.
Wow. Okay. Well, oopsie. Um, it looks like the what the FedEx guy took it read the wrong address or whatever,
Oh, it
which I
happens.
mean, that fucking tracks for FedEx, absolutely. You know? That's
Yo, you
yeah.
got a signature, right? That's it. It counts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that absolutely. So, I mean, they made a mistake and what are you gonna do? You
That's
know?
it. Hey,
Like
the FedEx driver returned to collect the package on Monday, but was unable to do so, as protocol calls for guns discovered on school grounds to be confiscated. No
oh,
shit.
that's what about that guy? Oh, I feel for that guy who's been calling customer service for for 2 days
And where
like,
my guns at, B?
"Yo, all right, hey."
I ain't trying to make this an issue, but if y'all don't
But
give me my guns, just know I got more guns. Okay?
these were not my first guns.
You don't start off ordering 6
Order
guns,
yeah,
okay?
order 6 guns through the mail without already having at least 10 at the house.
Now, I mean, this is just my re-up, okay?
Right, exactly.
These are the guns I like to keep on display for the friends, okay? I need my shit. I hear you.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. It was really just an honest mistake. The addresses are very similar. The delivery was meant for a collector at an auto repair shop addressed on West Ninth Street in Chester Township. Chester High School is on West Ninth Street in the city of Chester. So yeah,
One One of y'all gotta change something.
real talk, B. Put an A, put a B after that. Like, yo, West
Yeah,
Ninth B Street. Real simple,
yeah.
something.
I mean, oh, boy.
Low
I
key
mean,
though, the
on
school came up. The rifles retail for 17 to 2400 each. You
they
know what I
don't
mean?
keep them.
Y'all could have
They
done
didn't
some, creative fundraising. Okay.
No, not at all. In Philly, I don't think so. That seems like a bad idea. That seems like a bad idea. In a school, I mean, you
Oh
know,
man, BD Siegel would have bought all these shits.
look,
It'd have been
here's
good times.
I say this, this is a northern-ish state where they don't allow spanking in school, but they got a shipment of guns. Um, so I don't know. I'm just saying if that had been happened in the South, they would have just said, "Ah, we'll just keep the guns." Yeah, just toss them back there with the other ones.
And just put it in the school's gun room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
Don't worry about
exactly.
it. Keep it there. He was just a
Oh,
big bad.
listeners, don't hate me. It was
If ever there was proof that this podcast will remain niche, there's moments like this, okay?
yeah, yeah.
In other news, a shipment of baby wipes turns out to be $11.8 million of cocaine. Yo, gangsters, y'all was doing it this week. Okay.
Wow.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers discovered more than 1,500 pounds of cocaine hidden in a place where you would least expect it, a shipment of baby wipes. The narcotic seizure occurred this past Friday. The bridge located at the U.S.-Mexico border connects Laredo, Texas, over the Rio Grande with the Mexican state of Nuevo Leon. Officials say a CBP officer at the Laredo, Colombia Solidarity Bridge stopped the tractor trailer, bringing in a shipment of baby wipes for a secondary inspection. Following the inspection, drug sniffing dogs made the discovery of what CBP described as 1,935 packages of cocaine, totaling 1,532 pounds. The agency says the estimated street value of the seized cocaine totaled more than $11.8 million.
Wow. Baby wipes, huh?
Yo, keep it
That's kinda
moving.
wild. How do you get I guess in the tub? Do you put them underneath each wipe? And then you hope the smell of the wipe will deter from the
Yeah, because like
smell of
the
the cocaine?
the tub comes now with like two two to three individually like sealed like
Oh.
plastic things. So
Oh,
now you
yeah,
can
and then you
keep the
have to
top in.
undo that and then put that in the tub and the okay.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like I wanna move, weight like that. I'm not attempting to figure out
Me
I'm
and
just
Sha small
wondering
time,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still putting them in coffee grounds, but if you Oh,
This
wow.
is impressive.
Man, there's a lotta look, I think I have some purses that were delivered to my office. I haven't been to my office yet this week. I hope nobody sniffed them and found out that it's got, fucking heroin in them. I really want those purses.
You got rifles and coke, baby. Uh
Oh my gosh.
this is a lot. I told you about like our cocaine bananas we was getting for a while there. So I'm big on these type of things. I think that I'm always curious what the latest hustle is that people are using to ship
What
these things.
what was the cocaine bananas thing again?
No, so there was like a solid like 6 months where like I would say once a week my dad would give me like 5 to 6 boxes that like normally would go to like a supermarket. So
Mhm.
like you're talking like 40 bushels of bananas per box.
Right.
And he would give me like 5 to 6 boxes like that a week for free. And I was like, "What's this?" He's like, "There's a dude like transporting product, and he uses bananas as the cover. So like, he's like, I ain't involved with the deal, but I gotta say the bananas is good." So he was the bananas. So I had like banana smoothies every day for like 6 months, yo. It was crazy. I was feeding the whole hood with them shits. The matter of fact, the corner store dude hated me because he's like, "Yo, my man, I can't sell bananas because you giving them out to everybody." I was like, "Yeah, I gotta do shit, you know. I'm feeding the neighborhood."
Oh my god.
I had banana bread, I had banana
I
pudding, I had banana
I can't.
smoothies.
Okay, Bubba Shrimp. All right,
Yo,
I get it.
you
I
gotta
get
move it, yo. I was giving
oh.
bananas to people I hadn't seen in years. Like, I was calling heads up, "Yo, you need bananas? I got bananas."
I love that there are people in your life who are just doing their thing, knowing that at any point they can get a phone call from Gastor where he's offering them something just out of the blue.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Well, we don't really ask any questions. We just take it. Usually it's fine." I
Straight
don't
up.
wanna know I don't know wanna know why. I thought he was doing comedy, but
You think that pays
now
bills?
he's yeah, now he's also got a great deal on bananas. I don't ask any questions. Whatever, maybe he uses the peels. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, I don't ask questions when I get the stuff either, okay?
Nobody's asking any questions, and that's how boxes of guns end up at school.
We do what we gotta do. Enjoy the smoothie, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Shut your mouth. You needed potassium, okay?
Shut your mouth. How threatening. Ah, literally say less and eat these damn bananas.
Oh, man. In other news, more guns. Huge gun ammo cache seized from New Jersey hospital closet. With the guns and ammunition kept piling up at a Hudson Regional Hospital conference table last month as Secaucus police officers seized a huge weapons cache discovered in an office closet during an unrelated bomb threat search. Man, that was a rough day at the hospital. Dozens.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no,
Hold on.
this a lot.
No, keep reading. Keep reading.
Dozens of rifles, shotguns, and handguns, along with assorted ammunition, covered the length of the table until an additional rolling cart had been used to lay out the cache. Gun cases and bags were scattered across the floor, according to police video obtained by a New Jersey advanced media through open public records. The stash belonged to Reuven Alanal Layoff, 46 of Elmwood Park, a consultant hired by the hospital to work as a director of marketing. He was arrested August 7th and charged with second degree unlawful possession of an assault firearm with 2 counts of fourth degree possession of prohibited high capacity magazines. The discovery of the weapons cache came after an unrelated bomb threat hoax led police officers and bomb sniffing dogs to search the hospital. While no bombs were found, a canine alerted officers to the unlocked closet in a hospital office. Police found a total of 11 handguns of various calibers, 27 rifle shotguns were all seized. Chris
Wow.
Vector, 45 caliber semi-automatic rifle uh, with a high capacity magazine was also recovered and determined to be an assault rifle. Additionally, 14 round high capacity handgun magazine was also seized.
Okay. So this guy who had this job pissed off somebody who called in a fake bomb threat to get the guns, right?
Oh yeah, I like that. I like
That
that
had to
angle.
be it. I mean, that's the only angle I can think of because I mean, I don't know how often bomb threats are called into hospitals. Um, but
Ah,
I know that there are plenty of people who work in plenty of places doing shady shit and other folks know and they're, maybe doing a terrible job or you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he probably was not very good at marketing, which I think was his job, right? His job title was being in charge
yeah,
of marketing. Unless his idea of marketing is calling in fake bomb threats, which I mean gets you in the papers, but at what cost? So I he had probably pissed off he probably pissed off a nurse or an orderly or a candy striper. They even still have those, and they called in a fake bomb threat because they were like, "Oh, okay, those your guns? I got you." That's
Hmm.
absolutely what happened.
Enough of your
Be
shit.
nice. Be nice to everyone.
Yeah,
Everybody, be nice.
they'll let you
Be
keep your
nice to your
guns.
coworkers. They'll let you keep your gun in the
That's
hospital.
it. You know, that's the
Oh my
key.
gosh.
That's the LinkedIn article I want to read. You know what I mean? How to successfully keep your guns at the job.
I
Uh,
mean, oh boy.
oh man.
Uh,
In other news, chocolate love affair with a serious mission. Ben&Jerry's joins forces with Tony's Choc Colony to make chocolate 100% modern slavery free. The
Um, modern slavery free?
Yeah, I'm curious. I didn't know this was
Okay.
a thing. The two companies known for their passion for social justice have fallen bar over spoon. Ha ha ha.
Oh boy.
Ben and Jerry's is joined with Tony's Chalk Colony's mission. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. So
I
call
think it's chocolonely.
Chocolony, Chocolony, Chocolony. Yeah, that sounds better.
Chocolonely? Chocolonely? Because that's
Chocolonies.
lonely. Choco lonely. Tony's Chocolonelys. Okay.
Tony's Chocolonely's mission. Yeah, that sounds better. Tony's Chocolonely's mission to end modern slavery and child labor in the chocolate industry. Uh, I don't want to know how they celebrate. I want to know what they're doing. The cocoa beans from these brand new chocolatey treats are sourced through Tony's open chain, which helps companies take steps to end modern slavery and child labor in the chocolate industry. Ben and Jerry's will also begin converting its ice cream portfolio to Tony's open chain, prioritizing the cocoa in the ice cream based mix. Ben and Jerry's already pays farmers a fair trade premium for their cocoa beans through an ongoing partnership with Fair Trade and boost this further by paying living income reference prices. As part of Tony's open chain, Ben and Jerry's will now also commit to Tony's 5 sourcing principles, which means, among other things, also paying a fee to further support the partner cooperatives in Cote de l'Ivoire. I took a swing at it. I don't know if I said that one
Yeah,
right.
sure.
You know,
Yeah, why not? Mhm.
by adopting Tony's 5 sourcing principles, the companies take responsibility for ensuring fully traceable cocoa supply chain and paying a higher price to address poverty, the root cause of social injustice for cocoa farmers.
Okay. I mean, good,
Yeah,
right?
like so, like yay to them.
Yay,
Y-
right.
I'm
Yes,
glad you're
yay.
doing this. It seems like the right thing to do.
Uh-huh.
What threw me off is if they did this,
Mhm.
they were like, "Yo, we gonna get good press for this. Nobody else is doing this."
Mhm.
Does that mean every other ice cream maker in the game is like using child labor?
Well, it's not even I mean, probably, but it's not the ice cream so much as it is the chocolate, right?
Right,
It's the culling
the
of the
cocoa.
cocoa beans and whatnot. And so, yeah, there's a very good chance that child labor, modern slavery is being used
Yo,
to yeah, yeah, absolutely, because those are in other countries, which
right?
we certainly don't grow cocoa here. So that's in other countries. Um, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
That yeah, there's I'm sure. Look, I mean, everything you enjoy, if it's made by some big conglomco, trust me, there's dirt in it. There is
Yo,
dirt somewhere in the production of it. Either it's in the company itself and who they donate money to, sometimes they donate to both sides of the political world, just to make sure that they can get whatever it is that they want and that both sides are beholden to them. Or they can have their own view and donate to whoever is with that view, which depending on where you stand could be good or could be trash. Um, there we don't things where we are just getting stuff imported. we don't see how that stuff is being gathered for us, and the less we know, the better. And I say that as just a dumb American who just wants Reese's Pieces occasionally. For sure, there is dirt in that. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because like this is a brag article. Like
Yes.
they're saying, yo, nobody doing this.
Right. Exactly.
And like this is so out the norm that as crazy as this sounds, like Ben&Jerry's ain't even saying we done yet. Like they like, yo, we gonna ease our way out of this child like slavery thing. Like,
Uh huh.
they're like, yo, we kind of doing it first. We gonna pivot. So like we still
Right.
gonna be using child late. Like, you know how wild that is? But like the next year or two, we gonna
we're
slowly,
we're trying to pull ourselves out of
you
this
know what I mean?
yuckiness, but it's going to take some time.
Bear
And it's
with
like,
us.
damn, Ben and Jerry, y'all are the ones that we hold up as like to this high standard because you
Yo,
talk the talk and walk the walk. So this is them walking the walk and acknowledging it's going to take a while.
yo,
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's absolutely dirt and everything.
my God. This
Yeah.
episode's hurting a little bit, man.
I know. I feel like I have said a couple of things
Oh,
to you today that have really maybe broken you.
yo, this, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just I want to say keep that in mind with everything you enjoy, not just chocolate. And decide how much of that you're going to allow to you're going to allow in your decision making process,
Okay.
you know?
All right. Uh, yeah. People of color at the New York Times get
Mm.
lower ratings in job reviews, according to the union. That's
Wow.
right. An analysis of comprehensive data for roughly 1,000 New York Times employees conducted by members of the union that represents its newsrooms found that Black and Latino staffers are far less likely than their white peers to receive strong job ratings. There are financial consequences to the job ratings because they influence the size of the employee bonuses. But staffers tell NPR the differential is even more important because it indicates an underlying systematic problem that the paper is failing to address. It is demoralizing, they say, and contributes to the premature departure of some colleagues. The Guild study released today comes amidst uneasy negotiations over the newspaper's contract with the News Guild. The paper is still operating under the terms of the last one, which expired in 2021. Um, Being Hispanic reduced the odds of receiving a high score by about 60%, and being Black cut those chances of high scores by nearly 50%. The study shared before its release reflects data stretching back to 2018 when the new rating system was put into place. While there are some fluctuations, on average, the performance of Black employees rose over the intervening years, while it declines for Latinos at the organization. White workers were consistently assessed as outperforming their peers.
Hmm. You don't say.
um, Somebody tried to clean it up. They was like, I don't believe that they're trying to do this the wrong thing here. See, like the Times is far from unique here. The Times is trying
Oh.
to build a more diverse staff. I believe they
Uh-huh.
really mean that. But building a diverse staff means more than hiring a diverse staff. This whole process has been evidence there's still a long way to go on all the rest of it. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but yeah, yes, sure. No, we understand that. We understand those words coming out of your mouth. We understand that that is the point. Ooh, what's the action though? How do you look? It's funny. It's wild because I'm reading this. This is an NPR story that we're reading on the New York Times talking about this particular topic. And yet I remember earlier this year a bunch of Black and brown um podcasters or announcers or news people leaving NPR in what felt like
Mm,
droves. and announcing that they were doing other things, that they were because they had gotten as far as they were going to be able to go with NPR. And NPR having to say the same kind of shit of just like, I don't know. I mean, we hire them. It's like, yeah, yeah, you do. But what about higher up? Like, what about people in charge? Are you assessing them as well? Who's assessing them
Do you
as
think
they
it's
assess
cultural
it?
things?
It's called, I think so, right?
Like I was
It's got to
watching,
be.
yeah, like I've been giving this more thought because like I'm watching like Hard Knocks, I think it's called, the like HBO show with the football teams. They're
Oh,
like how they
sure.
show
Yes.
like the team preparing for the season.
Right.
And
And this time it's the Detroit Lions.
yeah. So I'm
Yes.
watching
Okay.
that, and overall, and this has been a big issue in the NFL of late, where like predominantly white coaching staffs,
Yes.
coaching players in a league that's predominantly black. And
Mm-hmm.
there is a scene where there is an offensive lineman who is I believe Nigerian,
Mm-hmm.
definitely black but not African American.
Gotcha.
And he had only been playing football 7 years. He's not from this country. So he's
Mm-hmm.
super talented but very raw.
Right.
And um they interview him a couple of times, and like you could tell culturally he's different. Like
Right.
he's not an American kid. So
Yes.
the coach is trying to like show him a mistake he made in a play. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like getting in his face a little bit. And nothing the coach said was wrong, but the answers that the kid was given were like philosophical. Like his brain was wired different, you know? And like
Right.
I was listening to the kid and the coach, and like I've managed in a white America enough to know that I've been with the coaches. I've been trying to express something in the
Mm-hmm.
way that he did it. But I also know what it's like to think like that kid. And like
Right.
know in my heart I'm giving a genuine answer that's just
Mm-hmm.
not rah-rah, you know,
Yeah.
and it's the right answer in his heart, and he's trying to learn, but
Mm-hmm.
the coach just wants like go get him, you know?
Right.
and
Yes.
and he's like trying to give real answers, hoping for real feedback, not just, oh, I just gotta yell that I'm gonna try harder. Uh,
Right.
you know, and
Yes.
and I've been like seeing that more and more, that like that that like ability to express yourself is
Mm-hmm.
different. I feel like the challenge that old white managers are having with the influx of like black and BIPOC people in several fields is that
Mm-hmm.
they don't understand the nuances of the cultures. So
Right.
when they express something genuine, it's not that the answer is wrong or that it wouldn't even be helpful. It's just they have no like frame of reference. They have no concept
Mm-hmm.
of how to take that information, because those are not answers they've ever gotten. Like they're just
Right.
lost. They're like, I don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
respond to this. There's no way that like disproportionately more black and Latino writers are trying less. Like it's just
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. They made it to the New York Times.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal, I would say, for in these circles all around. That's a big
Yeah.
deal
That's a W.
to get there. So, and then when you consider what it takes, because this isn't, I'm willing to bet this is not, for many of these people who work at the Times, not their first time being one of a few in a mostly white
Right.
environment. So that is something they already know kind of how to maneuver to some extent, just in order to make it to one of the highest levels of white establishment. That means they were able to move through all the other white establishments that you have to use as steps to get to this one. Um, and you're right in that they're like older white people are not necessarily going to change their ways just to try to understand. Their mindset is gonna be, why don't you understand what I'm telling you? What's wrong with you?
Right.
Because they've not been told that they have to change. And that I have seen firsthand that struggle, and it's not pretty. It is tough. It is tough to watch. Um it's very tough to watch as a minority, watching white people struggle with being told, you know, the way you're going about this might be wrong,
Right.
and you may want to attempt it. Oh boy, it's hard. And then they are told they to be told that, as a lot of white people were told 2 years ago. Um and but also know that they are responsible for your well-being as the minority. They're the ones that call the shots on how you can maneuver in that space. I mean, it's very rough. It's extremely rough. And I don't know, man. Like, it's I don't know what the answer is. I mean, I imagine, say, for the football example, because I'm thinking of, like, or any sporting like, trying to get people who understand or are willing to understand, which means you got to kind of get the old people out, right? Because they're not willing to understand. They're old. They're already set in stone, and it takes a lot for them to wiggle
Yeah.
out of that,
Like, I
and
think
it's
they're
very
making an
easy to.
yeah, I think there's an effort being made, but, like, to your point, there's,
Mhm.
like, a range that I can expect them to achieve.
Right.
They've been in it longer. They've been in a certain way longer. So I'm not
Mhm.
saying, like, fully dismiss them. They're trying. It's just they're
Right.
failing.
Yeah, some are trying, but they're
They're
failing,
failing.
and it's they're failing, but they're also not. There are other ways to even offer help to them, and so, which still means accepting, um other folks. And that's still an issue for sure, right?
Mm.
Just because folks are angry. I mean, I think what we've seen is that white Americans, on average, even the good ones, have about 2 years in them before they're like, okay, y'all stop complaining. They got 2 years. They got 2 years under dire circumstances.
Yeah. Low key though, that's
So
impressive. I didn't think they had that. No, kudos to y'all, B.
so yeah. So now what we're dealing with is seeing, like, the end, like the end of that rope,
That's it, B.
right?
Battery empty.
And yeah, and so now it's just like, do we keep pushing? Of course we keep pushing. But boy, did they put them walls up fast as hell. A year and a half in, they were just like, "Nah, we ain't doing this." Mm-mm. And it's wild to watch. It's wild to watch, and that's include even the good ones.
Mhm.
The average white person in America has a year and a half. The good ones have 2 years.
Y'all
So we're coming up on the end of their time.
I gave you 2 years.
Why didn't you? You know what I
It's not
mean? And
enough.
it's there. A lot of the onus is being put on, the person of color. So now it's, why are you doing so poorly at the Times?
Come on, B. I
Was it
saw
my
Black
was it
Panther for you.
like, was it my mistake in hiring you? Are you not able to do this? Of course they are, but you're not necessarily giving them the supplies. Just giving them the job is not enough. There
Right.
also has to be support systems, and that I mean, and this is just something, like, of course it's happening at the Times. I'm sure it's happening in the art world, in various foundations and museums. It's truly happening everywhere. And I don't know, man. I feel like at some point some people are just going to be tired of these stories, and then I'm like, but don't get tired of them. Keep trying to keep pushing forward. But they're just like, well, I mean, I guess this is just how it's going to be.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a shame. It doesn't have to be. It
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be, but I don't know, man. That pendulum, it swung far one way, but I feel like it's got a battery in its back now going the other way. It's It's wild. It's wild to watch. So no, this story doesn't surprise me at all. Um, and I don't know. I I don't know what to do, really. I'm not sure what there is to do because I want an easy way out.
Real talk.
In the same way in the same way that, white folks are just like, I don't why do we even have to talk about this? This isn't my well, it's not my problem either. It's not my problem.
That's me and Shy in the basement podcasting to
Yeah.
each other. We
Yeah,
chilling.
so it's not yeah. This ain't on me. So, and yet somehow we were forced to carry this load and it's just BS. It's such BS. But I also want it to switch quickly because I'm tired. I'm tired and I don't have a whole lot of life left to live. And I hate to think that I got to keep doing this shit when I'm supposed to be, I don't know, dancing on cruise ships or something.
Amen.
You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be at all white parties listening to R&B shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm supposed to be wearing thigh-high boots at Mary J. Blige shows, or all of us with our creaky knees. Like, that's what's supposed to be happening, and I don't
Let
know.
Shy live her best life, okay?
Yeah,
Solve these things
yeah.
quickly.
Whatever. Yes, please solve them quickly.
Finally, PPP loan recipients are getting dragged for complaining about student debt cancellation. That's right. Right-wing reactions to President Biden's announcement to cancel student loan debt prompted quite a stir on social media. The GOP plans to associate student loan forgiveness with rich elite college students seemed to backfire, as some who complained about the $10,000 to $20,000 debt relief plan had receipts of their hypocrisy pulled instead. Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene appeared.
Sure.
Did I
Mhm,
say that wrong?
mhm.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor
Taylor
Greene.
Greene appeared
Mhm.
on Newsmax on Wednesday, stating for government just to say, okay, well, your debt is completely forgiven is completely unfair. And taxpayers all over the country shouldn't have to pay off the great big student loan debt for some college student that piled up massive debt going to some Ivy League school. Then the White House Twitter account in return tweeted about the $183,504 in Paycheck Protection Program (PPP) loans that the Rep. Green had forgiven by the federal government. Thug life. They
Mhm.
pulled her receipts. I love it. PPP loans were provided to small business owners to keep their workforce employed during the height of COVID-19. Borrowers were also eligible for full loan forgiveness. The White House continued to share more examples of student loan forgiveness critics who had PPP loans forgiven, including Congressman Kevin Hern, Mike Kelly, and Matt Gaetz. I respect this. They, Kevin Hern had over $1 million in PPP loans forgiven. Mike Kelly, $987,237 in PPP loan. They went in on him. They to the dollar. And Congressman Matt Gaetz had $482,321 in PPP loans forgiven. Folks on social media took notice, commenting on the blatant hypocrisy.
Okay. Um, and yes, it was great. Wonderful. White House did this. Um, I think they hired a new social media manager who went on and clapped back and whatnot. But there was someone who was accumulating all of these on Twitter before the White House started doing it.
Right.
And that person was getting a lot of attention. And now when I look up Twitter feed PPP loan forgiveness, it's all about the White House doing it. And I wish I could remember the name of the person who or the Twitter account of the person who was like accumulated. This person was up like 24 hours just getting more and more of them. And the White House went ahead and had its own way of doing it as well, but um there definitely was a whole bunch of "Yo, this you?" tweets out there, and but what's wild is that there were so many of them, and everyone felt free. And also, I mean, will this embarrass them? No, it doesn't seem like it. These people seem incapable of being embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I Here's my problem ultimately, and this is maybe just my problem alone. This stuff is cute, but I want to strike fear in these people's hearts. I want these people to be unable to sleep. I don't want Marjorie Taylor, whatever her fucking name is, to still be out there doing those weird ass CrossFit pull ups. Just being like, whatever, I don't care. I'm doing fine. I don't want that shit. I want pain and suffering for them. Do you understand? This is all cute. This all dance is cute. I want people under jails. Do you understand me? I want them to never be able to work again. I want them to lose these jobs and never be able to work again. I want true fucking pain. So I see these and I'm like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, they knew they had these PPP loans. It's wild that the government even, and also, I mean, it's fine to be the White House and doing this, but also didn't y'all give them the money though? Didn't y'all give them the money? Didn't
Mm-hmm.
y'all give them the money?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
what they do with it, we don't know, but y'all forgave it too. Like, because the shit ain't real. I don't know why I say this once a month. This shit ain't real. I want them to hurt. I want it to feel real to them. That's why they don't. That's why they're like, whatever. A tweet won't hurt me. No, but let's take away all your stuff. Let's take away everything that makes you feel like you're special and better. Let's just leave you in a dark room to sit with yourself long enough that you get past your delusion of being okay. Let's take away all of Matt Gaetz' suits. Let's take away his hair pomade. You know what I mean? Fuck these people. Fuck these people. And also, as a verb, fuck these people. Do you see what I mean? So otherwise, these are just cute little tweets. That's how I feel.
If you would like for me to edit that last rant that Shalewa just said with the music of Do You Hate Me Now by Puff and Nas playing in the background. Maybe Shook Ones by Mobb Deep, you know.
These are both excellent suggestions.
All you got to do is like, subscribe
Whichever
to the show,
one.
baby.
Oh, my goodness.
If you are an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars means you weren't quite as stranded as I was by that rant. I was scared as shit, okay? I know I've seen Shy in person. I know she's only like 5'4". Never seen her bigger in my life, okay?
I am 5'5". Thank you very much.
Pardon
and it's
me.
that extra inch that makes me so angry.
That's the sleep inch. That's the one that got you the range right there. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 stars. You knew she was 5'5", and you knew your place, goddammit. Hell yeah. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Bishop, Shannon Lemoyne, Aaron Anderson, and Lori McDaniel. Appreciate y'all for sharing articles all week. With all that said, I am fight manager Gastor Almonte with the soon-to-be People's Champion, Shalewa Sharpe. This has been a violent and admittedly for me personally hurtful episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.